So this phone right here may be the new budget king. Hey everybody, my name's Aidan, this is Everyday Tech. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. If you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. And before we get going, if you could subscribe to my channel below, that would be great. And if you do get to the end of this video and you do like it, then don't forget to hit that like button. So this phone here was actually purchased by a friend of mine, and he was like, Aidan, I've just found this phone. It came out last month. You've got to review it because what I got for the money is unbelievable. And I was like, yeah, I've heard it before. But I tell you something, he's right. So this phone here is the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And I tell you something, I am blown away with what you get on this phone with the price that was paid for it. And FYI, I know I didn't buy this phone, my friend bought it, but I just couldn't believe how much he paid. And stick around, because he didn't actually pay the price that was listed. He got a better deal. So we're just going to look at some of the features you get with this phone and why I think that even if you're looking for a mid-range phone, that this could be something that you need. So this particular phone, the Redmi Note 10 Pro, comes in 3 colours. This one is the Glacier Blue. You can also get it in 2 other colours, which are the Onyx Grey and the Gradient Bronze. Either is fine. I say either. Any of them are fine. They're all great colours. They all look great. And what's really nice with this is a lot of manufacturers are doing it at the moment, and I think it's a really nice feature, is you get a nice clear case. And it's nice to have a clear case because it means you get to see the colour of the phone. And with Xiaomi, OnePlus and all of these other budget friendly manufacturers, their cases are really well made. I've got, where is it? This is my OnePlus 6T. This is the case that came with it. And yeah, I've had it nearly 3 years. It's never let me down. It protects the screen really well. And I can feel the same sort of quality with this one. It looks really nice. And I tell you what is a nice feature. There is a little cover on the bottom. If I can just show you. There's a little cover just on the bottom, just there, where it covers the USB charging port. I know it might annoy some people, and I'm sure people will cut it off, but what I really hate is eventually that charging port does get full of debris. So having a little cover to cover it over is actually a really smart idea. Now, the screen size on this is pretty big. It is a 6.7 inch screen, but it doesn't feel cumbersome. It feels really nice. It's not too thick, it's not too heavy. It's just got a nice weight to it. But where it really stands out is actually the screen. This has a 120Hz AMOLED screen, and it really is a joy to use. For the price that you've paid, you'd be hard to beat, or I don't think you can beat, this screen on here. Because honestly, you try and find a phone of this size with similar sort of specs for less money, and I can almost guarantee that you can't. Obviously, this does run the MIUI 12, which just sits on top of Android 11, but it sits really nicely. It's really easy to navigate. There's no real issues at all. It seems really simple, and there's nothing to complain about. And don't get too fixated on specs. This particular phone runs the Snapdragon 732G. And you're thinking, well, that doesn't sound as good as the 855 or whatever that's out at the moment. And it's not quite as good. But trust me, this will do pretty much everything that you need. Unless you are a power user, this will do the job. And the other thing is the RAM. This particular phone comes in 2 variants. You've got 6GB and 8. Now, if you are very Chrome intensive and you have a million tabs open, then you may want to splash for a little bit more and get the 8GB of RAM. But for most people that just do a bit of browsing, a bit of YouTube, a bit of eBay, and a bit of Netflix, then the 6GB will be more than enough. So it also comes with two different memory sizes. You've got the 64GB and the 128. Now, don't be tempted to always go for the bigger one. Yes, bigger is better in this instance. But shall I tell you what's great about this phone? Shall I tell you what's great? You can put a memory card in this. And I'm going to come on to something now, actually. This also has a dual SIM card. Now, this isn't one of those where you can have a dual SIM card or one SIM card and a memory card. You can have two SIM cards and a memory card all in the same phone. Absolutely epic. So if your budget is tight, then go for the 64GB of memory, because you can expand it later as your phone fills up. I mean, what's not to love? And for those of you that are hardcore audio fans, it has a headphone jack, an actual, God's honest, headphone jack. I mean, come on, people. Not many phones offer headphone jacks at the moment, so this is a pretty cool thing to have. So it does support fast charging, but it isn't wireless, which isn't a bad thing. Also, there is no in-screen fingerprint reader. It's not on the back either. It's actually on the side, but it is really responsive. You just put your finger on and it's open. Voila. It's really nice. So obviously, depending on how you hold the phone, if you're left-handed, you may want to use one of your fingers. If you're right-handed, you may want to use your thumb. But honestly, it's really, really responsive. And as usual, it does support 4K recording, blah, 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 all of that. It does have NFC. Again, a lot of budget phones don't have that, but it is more prevalent in phones now. So NFC, you can make your contactless card payments. So what I really do think is nice is the camera. Now, it's not going to be the best camera, but it is a very good camera. Now, it comes with a wide angle lens, an ultra wide, a macro, and obviously a depth sensor. And it takes pretty good pictures. I'll put a few up on the screen so you can see, but it's a good camera. Again, it's not going to be as good as your Apple or maybe your Samsungs or things like that, but you are not paying those prices. It's going to be comparable to your mid-range phones, and I think this can compete as well as any of them. But shall I tell you about the most surprising thing about this phone? Shall I tell you about how much my friend paid for this? £209. £209 only. Now, you can buy this, I think it's about £250, £260 if you go through the Xiaomi store. But if you are patient, or if you are really tight, look for sales. There are other places where this can be bought where you may be able to get discounts, where there may be flash sales. So, I'm all for saving £1. So just think, well, do I need it right away? I mean, even if you paid the full price at, £250, £260, £270, this is still a great phone. So to summarise, a dual SIM with expandable memory and a headphone jack with a case that covers the USB Type-C slot to stop it from getting dusted, with a AMOLED screen, with a large AMOLED screen that supports 120Hz, and a camera which is wide, ultra-wide and macro. What's not to love? If you can find something better for the money, then comment below, because I genuinely would love to know. And if you've used this phone, let me know how you're getting on. And if you're unsure, let me know if you plan on buying it, because I would love to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Comment below, tell me what you think. And guys, I shall see you next time.